Good morning, dear cadets. So, yesterday we were in the lanthanide series. Okay, so we have discussed the physical trends in lanthanide series. Okay, with the continuation of same, today I am going to teach you very important aspect of lanthanide series, that is lanthanoids contraction. Lanthanides member commonly can be represented by Ln. Okay, so Ln means what is there? Lanthanoids. Okay, so don't get confused. Wherever Ln word is there, it means all the members of lanthanides are included in Ln. Okay, no problem at all. Yes, and as far as the examination point of view is concerned, now definitely question will come from lanthanide contraction only. This is very important aspect of lanthanides and actinides. There are some other questions and time to time I will highlight them also, but right now just focus on lanthanide contraction. Study it properly, understand it properly. So what is the meaning of lanthanide contraction? Atomic size of lanthanides are decreasing beyond our expectation as we move left to right in lanthanide series. Okay, means one thing is clear, lanthanide contraction means there is a decrease in the atomic size of lanthanide members as we move left to right in the lanthanide series. So you know lanthanides and actinides, they are placed just below the modern periodic table in two horizontal lines. So as we move left to right in lanthanide series, so there is a decrease in the atomic and ionic size with the increase of their atomic number. That is the only thing. What is that one? With the increase of their atomic number, there is a decrease in the atomic and ionic size. So lanthanide contraction is related with the decrease in atomic and ionic size of lanthanides members as we move left to right. Okay, now just see here, steady decrease in the atomic and ionic size of lanthanides member with the increase in their atomic number. Already I told, steady means what? Regular. Okay, so just see, as we are moving lanthanum to cerium to promethium, and so there is a steady decrease. Okay, this steady decrease when added, so you will get the overall lanthanide contraction. Okay, so just try to understand. Initial member, first member is lanthanum. Actually lanthanum is not the member, but it is the customary, it is the tradition that along with the lanthanum should also be represented. Even in the graph I shown here La. Okay, so but remember here I made one diagram. Just see Ce3 positive, we should consider this only, cerium to lutetium. So just see lanthanum 183 picometer atomic size, and last member lutetium 173. So near about 10 picometer decrease is there as we move left to right in the lanthanide series. 10 picometer overall decrease is there, right from first member to last member, but this is overall decrease. Okay, don't get confused. Element to element you have to count. Means cerium to promethium to neodymium, like that. And all those decrease element to element, when you sum up, then you will get the overall lanthanide contraction. So overall lanthanide contraction is near about 10 picometer. Now there is one important aspect of this particular topic. Decrease in ionic size of tripositive ion, Ln3 positive, is very much visible as compared to atomic state. Okay, so here in atomic state only 10 picometer decrease is there as we move left to right, means right from cerium to lutetium. But if you take their tripositive ion, so just see here 103 picometer, means tripositive ion of lanthanum, that is 103 picometer, and lutetium, that is the last member, tripositive ion only, 85 picometer. So what is the meaning of this one? And how much decrease is there? The simple one, 103 minus 85. 8 near about 18 picometer decrease is there. What is that one? 18 picometer decrease is there. So as compared to atomic state, here only 10 picometer decrease. Here what is there? 18 picometer. So in tri-positive ion condition, what is there? Decrease in ionic size is very much visible. Okay. Now same thing which I have discussed here. Now this is the graph. Now this side what is there? This side what is there? This is the atomic number. I wrote here. What is this one? Atomic number 57. Two difference is there. 57, 59, 61, 63. Now this side what is there? Ionic radius 70 picometer, 80 picometer, 90, 100, 110 picometer. Okay. So just see here. We'll start from here. There is a decrease. Just see here. There is a decrease in the atomic and ionic size. Atomic and basically this is ionic size only, tri-positive ion. So decrease in the tri-positive ionic size as we move top to bottom with the increase of atomic number. Means atomic size, ionic size basically, ionic size of tri-positive ion is decreasing as their atomic number increases. Okay, this is the steady decrease. So here I took here lanthanum 3 positive, cerium, like that you can represent here all. Last two also I represented, lutetium and ytterbium. Okay, so just see here. Here just you consider Ce3 positive to lutetium 3 positive. Okay, so this is the lanthanide contraction. So ultimately what is the conclusion of lanthanide contraction? Decrease in the atomic and ionic size of lanthanide members as we move left to right in the lanthanide series with increase in their atomic number. Okay, this is only lanthanide contraction. Now question arises here, why there is a lanthanide contraction? Why there is a decrease in atomic and ionic size as we move left to right in the lanthanide series? So causes of lanthanide contraction. So dear cadets, just see here the causes of lanthanide contraction. Okay, just see. In lanthanide members where electron is entering in 4f subcell, and you know F subcell have got the poor shielding effect. Now so many time I explained you what is the meaning of strong shielding effect, what is the meaning of strong means poor shielding effect. Once again I am telling you, yesterday only in the group I have given full explanation. That question has been asked by the Samarth. From A section only one boy is asking, that is Samarth. Rest everyone is, there is no need of teacher. They will learn without the help of teacher. Nevertheless, okay, study is important. My help is not important. Listen carefully. Strong shielding effect means inner cells, they will check the nuclear charge inside only. That will not reach to the outermost cell. So inner cells, if they belongs to the S and P, so S and P subcell, their size is compact. So nuclear charge will be stopped there itself. Okay, it will not reach to the outermost cell. So now what we are telling? We are telling that the shielding effect of S and P subcell is very strong. They are checking there itself. It is not going to outermost cell. So outermost cells electrons are now free. Okay, by giving small amount of energy, they may come out. Not only this one, outermost cell including electron will not be attracted towards the nucleus. So if shielding effect is strong, so size will be more. Correct or not? Now just see, vice versa. Now if inner cells belongs to the D and F subcell, so D and F orbital, their size is diffused, their shape is diffused. So what is there? They will allow the nuclear charge. They will not check there itself. they will allow the nuclear charge to go to the outermost cell. So what we will tell now, that their shielding effect is poor, because they can't control nuclear charge there itself. So it will go to the outermost cell and it will attract the electron, it will attract the outermost cell also. So there is a decrease in the atomic size, because outermost cell's electron as well as that cell is attracted toward the nucleus. So this is the meaning of strong shielding effect and poor shielding effect. Okay, so now I am hoping that furthermore you will not ask this question. I hope that you have got this one. Now just see the causes of lanthanide contraction. So what I told, in lanthanide member, electron will enter in the 4f subcell. 4f subcell. So f subcell is there, and f subcell is having poor shielding effect. Now try to understand. Still I have not deleted this diagram, this graph. Just see. The first member is cerium. Okay. So cerium. Now one electron will added in the 4f. Now next member is promethium, second electron, third electron, fourth electron. So in f orbital, electrons keep on increasing. Okay. So but remember, they are entering into 4 subcell only, 4f subcell. They are not entering into new subcell. Okay. They are entering in the 4f subcell. So just see, electron is added to the same inner cell, but nuclear charge with the addition of each electron, 1 unit positive charge will increase. 1 unit positive charge will increase or not? So just see, nuclear charge is increasing, but the number of cells are not increasing. So when nuclear charge is increased, just see here, this is nucleus. Now here study only I told you. What is which cell it will be? It's now study, just see. Now I made that properly, that 5s, here 5s, 5p, then 4f, then 6s, 5d, and here what is there? 6s, correct? Yes, let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 4s, 4p, 4f, 5d, yes, this is 5d. Okay, just see, electrons are entering here only. So with the addition of each electron in successive element, nuclear charge will increase. So this nuclear charge, since the shielding effect of 4f subcell is poor, now this nuclear charge will go here, 4f it will go or not? Now try to understand. So nuclear charge is increasing. Now electron is entered into same inner cells. So now in 4f what is there? Electrons are there. Electrons are there or not? So these electrons will experience more effective nuclear charge. They will experience more effective nuclear charge with the addition of each electron. So they will be attracted toward the nucleus. Okay. So as the electron enters in successive element, nuclear charge will increase. So there is a means in each element to element there is a little bit decrease in the atomic size. Now you sum all those decrease, so you will get the total lanthanide contraction. So lanthanide contraction is because of the poor shielding effect of 4f. Now I wrote here in the lanthanide series, as we move from one element to another, the nuclear charge increases by 1 unit and 1 electron is added. The new electrons are added to the same inner 4f subcell. Since shielding effect of 4 subcell is quite poor, increase in the nuclear charge by successive addition of electron to element, resulting into 4f subcell, each electron will experience more effective nuclear charge. As a result, the whole 4f cell electron contracts at each successive element, the sum of successive reduction in atomic and ionic size of each member of lanthanide gives the total lanthanide contraction. So with the addition of each electron to successive element, there is a little bit contraction because nuclear charge is increasing, and when all those contraction element to element sum up, then what is there? You will get the total lanthanide contraction. So ultimately what we can say, the lanthanide contraction is because of the poor shielding effect of 4f subcell. Okay, now you can write all those things, and I hope that you will understand it properly. Okay, now consequences. What are the effect of lanthanide contraction? So the consequences of lanthanide contraction. Okay, so what are the consequences of lanthanide contraction? Consequences means effect, result. So just see here, basically 3 consequences are there. The first one is resemblance between second and third transition series elements in physical properties. Just see, when I was teaching you transition series, that time also 1-2 places lanthanide contraction word came. Okay, that time only I told you. Just see, generally in the group, what is there? Down the group atomic size increases, but in case of transition series, especially second and third transition series, atomic size is not increasing, except in first member it is there. Just see, first transition series first member is scandium, second transition series first member is yttrium, third transition series their first member is lanthanum. So just see, scandium is 164 picometer, yttrium is 180 picometer, lanthanum is 187 picometer. So there is the increase, and that is the group behavior only. In the group, what is there? Atomic size increases or not? But what about second member? Just see here, second member titanium. Basically what I wrote here, resemblance between second and third transition series. So just compare the second and third transition series only, don't compare first and fourth. Okay, just see, second transition series second member is zirconium, and third transition series second member is hafnium. This is 160 picometer and this is 158 picometer, hafnium. Now just see here, group number 5, vanadium. So vanadium should not be discussed. Niobium and tantalum, you just see 156 picometer. Atomic size is similar. So why their atomic size is similar in second and third transition series elements, except first members? It is not similar in case of yttrium and lanthanum, but similarity is there between zirconium and hafnium, niobium and tantalum. Same similarity will be present in molybdenum and tungsten. Okay, so due to lanthanide contraction, their atomic size becomes similar. Okay, and because of lanthanide contraction only, there is no increase in the atomic and ionic size of elements of transition series as we move top to bottom in the group, except first member. Just see, they are the member of transition series only. So now in group number 4, what should be there? Just like a group number 3, what is there? Atomic size is increasing or not? But in group number 4, atomic size is not increasing because of lanthanide contraction. Similarly in group number 5, just see, atomic size is not increasing. Second and third transition series atomic size is similar. So this is because of lanthanide contraction only. Because of lanthanide contraction, the atomic and ionic size of second and third transition series elements become similar. This is the only reason, that is why zirconium and hafnium, niobium and tantalum, they are known as twin element of the periodic table. So why they are called as twin element? Because their atomic size is similar due to lanthanide contraction. Okay, so this was the first consequence of lanthanide contraction. What is the second consequence? Just isolation of lanthanide member becomes different. Okay, isolation means separation. Okay, lanthanide members are there. Just see, cerium is there, promethium is there, neodymium is there, polonium is there, europium is there, erbium is there, samarium is there. These are the members. So their isolation become difficult. Why? Just see, whenever you want to separate one element from other element, which property you are using? You are using the difference in their physical property, means their solubility, their boiling point, their melting point, their refractive index. Though on the basis of difference in those property, you are separating two elements. Here what is there? Because of lanthanide contraction, their physical and chemical properties almost become similar. So now on what basis you will separate? Because their physical and chemical properties become similar due to lanthanide contraction. That is why the separation of lanthanide members is very difficult due to lanthanide contraction. Isolation of lanthanide member becomes different, not different, difficult. Here just write difficult. Okay, difficult due to similar physical and chemical property. And here you can write physical and chemical. I am short form I am using. Physical properties, physical and chemical property CP is similar due to lanthanide contraction. Lanthanide contraction, due to lanthanide contraction. Okay, so this was the second consequence. What is the third consequence? Just see here, difference in the basic character of hydroxide of lanthanides. So because of lanthanide contraction, there is a difference in the basic character of hydroxide of lanthanides. So just see here. Now this side little bit I am deleting. Just see, I have to explain here. Just see. Try to understand. The first member is, it is a tradition that we are including the lanthanum, but actually that is not a member. So see, here I wrote one question. LaOH whole thrice is more basic than LuOH whole thrice. La means lanthanum hydroxide, Lu means lutetium hydroxide. Are you getting my point or not? So just see, the difference in the basic character of these two members is because of lanthanide contraction only. Just see. Now this question is important. Many more years I have seen this question has been asked. So just see, La. Okay, this is explanation. Check here. La, just see, OH, here also OH, here also OH. Here what is there? Lu, here OH, here OH, and here OH. Now try to understand here. Lanthanum, their atomic size is large or not? Atomic size is large. Here what is there? Here lutetium, atomic size is small. Okay, atomic size is small or not? So then what would be there? Due to large atomic size, the bond between La and OH becomes weak. Hence removal of OH is easy. Here what is there? What is the meaning of basic character? The substance which easily furnish OH negative ion, that is basic. Okay, so here in case of lanthanum, what is there? The atomic size is large, so the bond between La and OH is weak due to large size of lanthanum. Hence the removal of OH negative is easy. Now here what is there? atomic size is small, hence what is there? Hence the bond between Lu and OH, the bond between Lu and OH is strong. Okay, so in case of this one lutetium, the atomic size is small, hence the bond between Lu and OH is strong, so removal of OH is less, so it is less basic. Correct or not? So now why lutetium atomic size is small? Due to lanthanide contraction. Now lanthanum, that is not a member, so their size is large. Now there is no effect of lanthanide contraction on here on lanthanum, so that is why it is basic, that is less basic. Okay, which one is less basic? Lutetium hydroxide. Which is more basic? Lanthanum hydroxide. Okay, so here you can write atomic size is small due to here I am writing this side, atomic size is small due to lanthanide contraction. Now clarity is less, please manage with me, bear with me. Okay, but I hope that concept you are getting. There is one more question, sometime they ask, just see, I wrote this side. Lanthanum hydroxide is ionic in nature, while lutetium hydroxide is Lu. Lutetium hydroxide is covalent in nature. Once again listen the question. LaOH whole thrice means lanthanum is ionic in nature, while LuOH whole thrice, lutetium hydroxide is covalent in nature. Why? Now try to understand here. So lanthanum hydroxide is ionic in nature, while lutetium hydroxide is covalent in nature. Very simple thing is there. Just see, Fajan rule will work. Lanthanum hydroxide is ionic in nature, so atomic size is like that, ionic size is like that. La3 positive is greater than Lu3 positive, ionic size. So just see, Fajan rule will work here. Which rule will work here? Fajan rule. Just see, since lutetium Lu3 positive is small in size, so according to Fajan rule, their polarization power will be more. So greater the polarization power, greater will be the covalent character. And now I have already explained what is the meaning of polarization power. Distorting the electron cloud of an ion and forcing it to share electron with itself. Okay, force means a cation will distort the electron cloud of anion and will force the anion to share electron with cation. Okay, this is known as polarizing power. So due to small size of lutetium, its polarization power will be more, hence it will have more covalent character. In this way, the consequences of lanthanide contraction is completed. So basically 3 consequences are there, and those 3 consequences, sometime what is there, they will ask why zirconium and hafnium is known as twin element. Sometime they will ask lanthanum hydroxide is more basic than lutetium hydroxide. Sometime they will ask lanthanum hydroxide is ionic in nature, while lutetium hydroxide is covalent in nature. So all answers belongs to the lanthanide contraction only. As such, they will not ask what do you mean, what are the consequences of lanthanide contraction. Individual question they will ask. Zirconium and hafnium is known as twin element. Why? So now with the atomic size I told you, just remember this one, zirconium, hafnium, niobium, tantalum, not only this one, molybdenum and tungsten also atomic size will be similar only. Okay, So this is because even if you will write one word na lanthanide contraction, then also half marks you will have. If you will explain, then you will have full marks. Okay. So dear cadets, just see the last thing, that is the uses of lanthanides. What is the use of lanthanides? When these metals are mixed with the soft metal like aluminium, magnesium, their strength is increased. So what is there? Lanthanide members, when they are mixed with the soft metals, their strength is increased. The common alloy of lanthanide is known as misch metal. Misch metal, M-I-S-C-H. Misch metal. Now what is the chemical composition of misch metal? Cerium 95%, iron 5%, and trace amount of, this is comma here. Okay, now it is better to write this side. Trace amount of sulfur. Just see. This is, just see, cerium 95%, iron 5%, and trace amount sulfur, carbon, phosphorus, calcium, and aluminium. Okay, this is the chemical composition of misch metal. Now what are the uses of misch metal? Used in bullets. Bullets, you understand? Okay, goli. Okay. Now used in gun bullets. Okay. Used in lighter flint. Lighter everybody has seen for the burning of gas stove. Used in cells. So here the meaning of cells is protective body cover. Protective body cover. So misch metal is one of the most important alloy of this one, lanthanides. Okay, and it has got variety of application also. In this way lanthanide is completely completed. Now this side I wrote nucleus and some of the cells. 1, 2, 3. Before that one also cells are there. I want to convey you one information by making this diagram. What is that one? Just see. In the electronic configuration of lanthanides, how many orbitals were involved? 5s, 5p, 4f, 5d. Correct or not? And 6s. Correct? No problem at all. Now in the electronic configuration of actinoids, what would be there? 6s will be common. Means we can't make gap in the sense of orbital. Okay, B. So 6s is included here in lanthanide also, and it will be included in actinoids also. Okay, so just see, 5 orbitals are involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 subcell, not orbital. 5 subcell are involved in the lanthanide. Similarly, 5 subcells are involved in the actinides electronic configuration. Because soon after this one I will start the actinides. So then these orbital will be used. These subcell will be used in the electronic configuration of actinoids. Okay. So this is the one conclusion. So here also 5 subcell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in case of actinides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So in lanthanides, what is there? 4f series, and actinides are the 5f series. Okay. Clarity is there or not? One more important information. From the nucleus, if you see, then what is there? The subcell involved in the electronic configuration of lanthanide is close to the nucleus. They are close or not? But the subcells which are involved in the electronic configuration of actinides, they are away from the nucleus. So I can use word penetration. Lanthanides electronic configuration subcells, they are penetrated toward the nucleus, means they are attracted toward the nucleus. But actinoid subcell, they are away from the nucleus. So what would be there? Their lanthanides electrons, they are attracted toward the nucleus. So their ionization enthalpy will be more as compared to actinoids. Actinoids are away from the nucleus. Then what would be there? They are away from the nucleus, so they will not be attracted toward the nucleus. So their ionization enthalpy will be less as compared to lanthanides. So now ionization enthalpy has got the direct impact on reactivity. So out of lanthanide and actinides, which will be more reactive? Of course, actinides will be more reactive because their ionization enthalpy is less. The purpose of making this one is two. Number one purpose, you should know the arrangement of subcells in case of lanthanide and actinides. What is the second one? To know about the variation in the ionization enthalpy of lanthanides and actinides. And now variation of ionization enthalpy will determine the reactivity and so many properties, even oxidation state also. Just see. Now since lanthanide case, now these orbitals, these subcells, they are near to the nucleus. So their electrons are not free to come out. This is the only reason, that is why lanthanides does not show the more variable oxidation state. I am comparing lanthanide and actinides. What about actinides? Actinoids, just see, they are away, their subcells are away from the nucleus. So they are not attracted toward the nucleus, so their electrons are free. So they will show the wide variety of oxidation. Okay, so these are the some differences of lanthanide and actinides in terms of electronic configuration, and electronic configuration only determine their physical and chemical properties. So just see, just remember this one, make it properly, many places we will use. So now here 2-3 differences are there. Actinides will show the wide variety in the wide variation in the oxidation state, lanthanide does not. Okay, another one thing, since their subcells are close to the nucleus, deep penetrated towards the nucleus, then what is there? Now their ionization enthalpy will be more, you have to supply more amount of energy. They are away from the nucleus, actinoid subcell, so their ionization enthalpy will be less. So reactivity of actinides will be more, reactivity of lanthanides will be less. So just I have to compare the lanthanide and actinides, their similarity and differences. Afterwards, after the completion of actinoids, will summarize the differences and similarities also. But this is the right time to know why their similarity and differences are there. Okay, there are so many questions like that. Okay, so now we'll start the actinoids. Their electronic configuration. So dear cadets, now actinoids. So just see, as we know, actinides are placed inside of third transition series, actinides. Okay, so just see, this is fourth transition series, actinium, then Rutherfordium and unbiuum, that is going. So actinium 89 is there. After actinium 90, thorium to lawrencium 103. They are the actinides member. Total 14 elements are there. Okay, thorium to lawrencium. Okay, no problem at all. So just see here, so many things I wrote, one by one I will explain. So the first important thing is they are found inside the fourth transition series. Their last electron enters in 5f orbital. So their electronic configuration, there is a controversy in the electronic configuration of actinides. Two scientists worked, Seaborg and Dawson worked on electronic configuration of actinides. And according to both views, the general electronic configuration of actinoids is 5f1 to 14, 6d 0 to 1, 7s2. Means in 6d case, sometime one electron would be there, sometime it won't be there. Just like a lanthanides, there 5d was there. Somewhere one electron was there, somewhere it was not there. Okay, so there is a similarity in the electronic configuration of lanthanides and actinides. Now just see, once again, actinium is not a member of actinides, but since its name is actinides, so it is the tradition, it is the customary that actinium is also included along with the series member. So actinium, just see, now this is radon, 5f0, 6d1, 7s2. Okay, now just see, thorium 90. So of course thorium is the member of actinides, but their 5f orbital has got 0 electron. Okay, so this is 5f0 6d2 7s2. But here what is there? Another scientist told no, there is 1 electron in the 5f. So the both I wrote there. This is protoactinium Pa. This is what is this one? 5f2. Directly electrons enters in 5f, that is 2 electron. 6d1 7s2. Uranium, now 5f3 6d1 7s2. Neptunium 93, now 5f4 6d1 7s2. Now plutonium, see, now in 5f, now here what should be there? 5 electrons should have been in case of plutonium. But what is there? 5th electron is not there. Actually here 5th should have been. Now 1 electron of 6d will come here. Okay, so it will become 5f6. Now americium 95. Now 5f7 6d0 7s2. So now americium is stable because 5f have got 7 electron. Now curium 96. 5f7 6d1 7s2. Okay, so now new electron will not enter here, it will be in D, so that the stability half filled state of 5f orbital should be maintained. Now berkelium Bk, now here 8th number is not there, directly 5f9. Now 1 electron of 6d will come here, 7s2. So this is berkelium. Now this is Cf. What is the meaning of Cf? What is the name of Cf? The name of Cf is Californium. California is the name of city of America. Radon, just see here 5f10 6d0 7s2. Einsteinium, scientist name 5f11 6d0 7s2. Fermium, name of scientist 5f12 6d0 7s2. Okay, now this is Mendelevium 101 5f13 6d0 7s2. Now nobelium, next one is nobelium Rn 5f14 6d0 7s2. Lawrencium 5f14 6d1 7s2. So just see, somewhere D is having electron and most of the places 6d is not having electron. So where it has got the electron? Where 5f orbital is either half filled or fully filled, then only 6d has got the electron, otherwise it hasn't got electron. Now some important information here, just see. According to Seaborg, actinium and thorium have not got electron in f orbital, but according to Dawson, actinium, thorium have got electron in f orbital. Okay, actinium and thorium have got electron in 5f orbital. So this is the consensus view on electronic configuration of actinides. Rest of the things regarding actinides will explain later on. Now today more than enough video is there. Okay, so time limit is completed. I hope that you have got this one. Now hopefully tomorrow I will complete the actinoids. Okay, thank you. These are little bit lengthy, so cope up with me. I am also helpless. I am trying hard to make the things easy for you, but sometime according to need of syllabus I have to teach, which I am doing. So I hope that you will cope up with me. Thank you.